Good morning and welcome to GrainTV. I'm Logan Burgess. To my right is Brock Shimano. Brock, we saw really a big overnight session here in the grain complex. We saw corn up 8 3/4, soybeans up 9 1/2, and Chicago wheat up 12 1/4. Kind of the big story that the market's going to be watching this morning was export sales report came out this morning. Take us through the figures there.
Yeah, I think the trade in the overnight was expecting pretty good export sales. We've seen good export sales for the last couple of weeks, and again this week we saw it for corn well above expectations at 958,000 metric tons. Expectations were 650 to about 850 metric tons. Soybeans, on the other hand, well below expectations. Kind of the same story we've been seeing time and time again. They came in at only 466,000 metric tons compared to about 700,000 metric tons that they were expecting. And wheat came in at the high end of expectations at 604,000 metric tons. So I think for corn and wheat, this is going to be supporting prices this morning. Yeah. Soybeans, maybe a little bit of a different story. Might see a little bit of a pullback on soybeans.
Yeah, kind of a mixed bag here we saw come out this morning in the export sales report. You know, it should have some implications as we move toward planting intentions as far as you know, the value of corn with respect to soybeans. Take a look here at a ratio chart we put together quick this morning. This is comparing March corn versus March soybeans. On the vertical axis, 50 would represent that corn is half the value of soybeans on the March contract. You can see that corn's really been gaining ground against soybeans recently, and it looks like this export sales report kind of confirms this move. Do you think this is going to continue here?
I do think the export sales did confirm this ratio that is shaping up. Something else that will confirm corn becoming more valuable in relation to soybeans is that the ethanol has really been keeping a pretty good steady production rate, even though we've seen a blender's tax credit come out of the market recently here as of January 1st. So I think that's something we're going to have to keep our eyes on, is how much is corn gaining in value compared to soybeans.
Certainly, certainly. Well, we'll keep you posted here on GrainTV with regards to the ethanol situation. We're going to take a quick commercial break here. We'll come back and watch the markets trade live.
Well, it's definitely earned me more money. Just like Decatur, they were paying 70 cents more for summer corn there in August. We were hauling corn 100 mile for 40 cents, and we're making 30 cents, and I wouldn't even known that price was probably on there. I wouldn't have thought of calling Decatur, but when you go to the Grower's Edge page, then it takes all that running around out of it for you.
Welcome back to GrainTV. Brock, let's take a look at the fire tip platform here and see how the trade in Chicago is responding to these export sales figures we saw.
Looks like we're continuing the stronger pattern that we saw in the overnight. Corn is up 7 3/4, beans up 11, wheat in Chicago up 10 1/2, Kansas City wheat up 7 3/4. Something that's driving this market in the early going is a weaker dollar index. But what we have to pay attention to going forward is weather in South America, which continues to be a concern.
Yeah, certainly, Brock. We'll take a look here at a map provided by our friends at Planalytics. You can see that Friday into Saturday, kind of the same situation we've been seeing recently. Good solid rains for the soybean growing region in Brazil. It's going to remain dry in Argentina though. Saturday into Sunday, kind of the same story. Take a look here though quick. Sunday into Monday, it looks like it's going to become a little bit more dry in southern Brazil, and a little bit of rain could be coming into Argentina. It's not really going to be significant rain though, this model shows. It's going to be less than an inch and it's going to be spotty. There has been some talk that the Argentinian government may limit or ban export sales of corn. That's certainly something that the trade is going to be focused on and needs to watch closely. That would be very supportive for U.S. grains if that does come through. Another kind of ban on exports that's being talked about is one out of Russia. Brock, can you kind of take us through the situation there?
Yeah, basically a couple days ago, Russia government said that they may cap or ban exports when they reach the targeted area of 23 to 25 million metric tons of exports. Right now they're sitting at about 20 million metric tons of exports already.
Right.
So only a couple more months left on this current pace until they actually do realize that export ban. That's something we're going to have to pay attention to here domestically, because last time they banned exports, we saw our prices skyrocket.
Right.
And I think we've kind of seen the inklings of that here in the last couple days. We've seen wheat actually be the leader to the upside. So let's take a look at the Chicago wheat daily chart. And as you can see, over the last year or so, we've been trading in a downward channel basically since last January when we hit highs for this contract. You know, if we do see this Russian export ban, we should see upside potential in the 680 to 690 range, which we'll be meeting resistance in that area as we move forward here.
Certainly. Well, if you're a producer out there and you're interested in charting, you want to check out ratio charts or be able to chart your own, find your own areas of resistance and support, visit our website and take a demo of the Fire Tip platform today. That wraps up our show for Thursday. Have a great rest of your Thursday.